Yo, what's going on, y'all? Marvel Across 316 back with another comic book haul. I'm in my cool, amazing Spider-Man shirt that I got off of Amazon, and I have a great haul for y'all today. We're going to be looking at some cool Bronze Age and Copper Age Marvel and DC books that I am so excited to show y'all today. So let's waste no more time and let's get into this haul right now. All right, y'all, let's get into this. So we have Detective Comics issue number 389. The reason why I got this one is because, of course, I am working on collecting Neal Adams covers. I've got like a long box in my closet full of Neal Adams stuff that I'm putting together. And that's just one of my goals as a collector, is to collect Neal Adams work for DC. That includes Detective Comics, Green Lantern, Batman, Superman, you name it. Anything that he contributed to, I'm trying to pick up. And so this is one I didn't have. And you know that his run on Detective Comics is just iconic. And so this one right here is a beautiful cover, 4.5 condition. Really glad to add this one to the collection. It presents very well. And it's also a good read. It features Scarecrow. He's one of the main villain in this story here. And so definitely recommend getting this one and also just reading it because it's a good story. All right, now we have issue 246 of The Flash. And this is another Neal Adams cover here. This one, I believe, is from 1977. VG fine condition. And there's no really significance to this story. It's just that I just love the cover. It's a cover grab, pretty much. And so the Flash is wanted for murder. That is something else. I haven't read this one, but I'm really looking forward to reading this one because it looks really interesting. I don't have much of Flash, but I was glad to add this one. I really wanted to just because of the cover. And so some of y'all may have not ever even seen this book before because it's not really significant at all. It doesn't have a key appearance or anything, but it's a beautiful cover and I had to grab it. And it was cheap too. I think it was like $6. All right, up next we have Fantastic Four, issue number 245. I'm also putting together the John Byrne run that he did in the mid-80s from like 82 to 85. And so this one I didn't have, and it just solely features the Invisible Woman on the cover. And I got this in fine condition. So yes, y'all, not only am I a big Neal Adams guy, I'm a big John Byrne guy. And so this one definitely wanted to add to the collection because I didn't have it. So really good looking book too. Presents very well. All right, now on to some Defenders, y'all. We have Defenders issue 83. I'm also putting together volume 1 of the Defenders. You know, I really love the Defenders. They're one of the no-name teams, some of the no-name books that came out in the Bronze Age that people really didn't pay that much attention to. But in my opinion, they're fun stories to read, and they have some really cool members of the team, especially like the Hulk and Doctor Strange, the Submariner. And so this one I didn't have and got it really cheap for like $4 on eBay on the mycomicshop.com. So I was really happy to add this one to the collection as I continue to put together volume 1 of the Defenders, and I'm reading these, you know, in order as well. So on top of just getting this one, I'm also looking forward to reading the story for this one. And then of course, if you know, 83, 84 is a key because in issue 84, in this story here, we have Namor fighting Black Panther for the very first time in this battle royal. And this one was a little more expensive. I spent like $16, but very happy to grab it because, I mean, man, look at that cover. It's just beautiful. Beautiful cover here. They just don't make comics like they do back then. And so, just awesome stuff. Really happy to grab this one. And I'm also really looking forward to reading this one. I know it's going to be a slobber knocker, as what good old Jim Ross from the WWE would say. And now on to some Spider-Man, y'all. So we got some cool looking Spider-Man books. I got a bunch of Spider-Man to show off in this haul as always. I'm a big Spider-Man collector, as you know. And so I'm working on Web of Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, specifically when it came to the Copper Age. And so this is one I didn't have. It's a beautiful John Byrne cover here, where featuring Doc Ock being triumphant over Spider-Man. And this one is a beautiful cover. I just really love it. It's in fine condition, August of 1985. So yeah, really cool stuff. These early Web of Spider-Mans, y'all, are just amazing. They have really good covers, really good covers. And so really just enjoying reading these and collecting these early Web of Spider-Mans, as well as the tie-ins to other titles. We have Amazing Spider-Man issue 267 here. This is one I didn't have. Spider-Man and the Commuter. I really like this cover too. It's kind of stands out. It's with all the lines and stuff, and the like a royal blue / purple kind of background here. It really pops. So definitely glad to add this one to the collection as I continue to build up my Amazing Spider-Man run. I have a full long box of nothing but Amazing Spider-Man that I've been building up over the years, and I'm pretty proud of it. Here we have issue number 6 of Web of Spider-Man. And this is a tie-in to Secret Wars number 2 that's going on at this time. And the Beyonder had just turned this building into gold, and Spider-Man is coming to investigate. People have been trapped inside this golden building, and so he's doing his best to get these people out of harm's way before this whole building collapses. And it also features the Kingpin, who is trying to take advantage of this gold and try to get some for himself. And Spider-Man is not too happy that the Kingpin is trying to take advantage of a crisis. And along with Web of Spider-Man 6 also comes Amazing Spider-Man 268, which is like a connecting cover here. So that's really cool. I know some of y'all probably have these books in your collection, but for anybody who didn't know, these two books connect to each other and they continue the story here. This one has Spider-Man in his black costume, his iconic black costume. And so really cool stuff that Marvel was doing back then in 1985. So that was really cool, and I enjoyed reading that storyline as Secret Wars 2 was going on. And here we have a really cool cover here. And this is also a key. This is Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 19. And the key significance of this one is that this is the first appearance of Alistair Smythe, who is the son of Professor Smythe, the creator of the Spider Slayers. And we see a really iconic cover here because this is done by John Romita Sr. and also Mary Williams. And so really cool cover, features Mary Jane Watson, and a little spoiler, but I mean, this is already a, almost 40-year-old book. Spider-Man and Mary Jane get back together. They start dating again in this issue. And so definitely recommend picking up this one. It's a minor key, but still it's a key. And if you're a Spider-Man enthusiast like I am, it's something that you ought to know and add to your collection. Here we have issue number 8. And man, oh man, this is a beautiful cover here. This is a Charles Vess cover. He was known at the time for doing some of the artwork on the Web of Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man books. And he did this cover right here, and it's one of my favorites. Out of the early Web of Spider-Man books, this is one of my favorites here. We have Web of Spider-Man issue number 10, or number 8 rather, with the iconic pose of Spider-Man hanging upside down in New York City in his black costume. And reading this story and these stories from 1985 makes me want to see Spider-Man in this costume more often. I love the red and blue. I love that classic red and blue costume, but I also love when he wears this symbiote costume here, this black and white costume. It's just iconic, and I just love both. I love the both red and blue, also the black and white. But yeah, beautiful cover. Got it in VF condition, so 8.0. Beautiful copy, beautiful copy. And I got it for pretty cheap. You can get this for pretty cheap on eBay. Here we have annual number 1 of Web of Spider-Man and another Charles Vess cover. So he liked to paint some of these covers back then. And so this is one I didn't have, and it kind of just continues that little continuity that I've been reading with the Copper Age. And so this is one I didn't have, and Spider-Man goes up against this robot here. It's an okay story. It's not the greatest, and the artwork inside is not the best in my opinion, but still it's a beautiful cover, and it's one I didn't have. So I got this one in fine condition. Here we go with issue number 9. I already had issue number 8 of Web of Spider-Man and also issue number 7. But here's issue number 9. And this is another banger of a cover here. I'm telling you, these early Web of Spider-Mans are just stellar. Beautiful covers. And so, don't know that much about this story. I think this guy was a superhero right here. And then he's like a local superhero who's losing his powers, and Spider-Man's trying to prevent him from being pummeled by this big behemoth of a guy right here. So, looking forward to reading this one. All right. Let me go to the next one here. We have Amazing Spider-Man issue number 272 here. And this is the first appearance of this character right here, Slide. Slide makes his first appearance in this issue, and it's one I didn't have, of course. Any book that I am putting in the video is one that I didn't have before. And so, just letting y'all know, I never really buy any doubles unless I'm trying to upgrade. But for now, I'm just adding new things to my collection. And so, here we have first appearance of Slide. He's a minor character, but still a cool looking villain that Spider-Man comes up against. Got this also in VF condition. Here we have issue number 10. Another beautiful cover here with Dominic Fortune. This is also in fine condition. I'm always trying to get my books in at least fine condition, because those are, in my opinion, that's when the books look really good. And of course, you get anything higher than fine, it really looks good. But that's just kind of the grade I look for when I'm buying books. I really don't like getting books lower than fine condition unless they're just like really hard to get books and they're big keys. Then I'll go lower. Here we have an iconic storyline that's going on at this time. We have the death of Gene DeWolf. And so Spider-Man's going up against this serial killer who's killing people. He's called the Sin Eater. This book I've owned in the past. I think I've owned this copy 2 or 3 times. So I'm happy to re-add it to my collection because it's an iconic cover. I just really love how that red sun is reflecting off the black costume of Spider-Man here. He who is without sin. Beautiful cover. And to continue that story, we're going to end off this video with issue number 110, Spidey versus Daredevil, and an explosive saga, an explosive battle. And I know this one is going to be really good. It's going to be a really great read. It's the conclusion of this storyline of the death of Gene DeWolf. And we got a big shocking conclusion. So looking forward to reading this one. And it is also a Canadian price variant. It's 75 cents. So was really happy to add this one because it's not only one I didn't have, but it's Canadian price variant. And so that is really cool. And I forgot to say, this one as well is a Canadian price variant, 75 cents. So if you're ever, at your local comic book shop and you are looking for, Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man or any Marvel books from 1985 and they have a 75 cent price tag, then you know that those are Canadian price variants because the regular editions had 65 cents. And so that's something to watch out for whenever you are hunting down comic books at your local LCS. Look out for that because that's something that I didn't know about until I started buying off of eBay. And so there you have it, folks. Those are my books that I bought off of eBay. I'm glad that y'all were able to look at all these books. This one I didn't show just because I already owned it and it ties in with the stories of the other books that I picked up off of eBay. But I'm glad y'all were able to look at these this video and look at all this comics that I bought off of eBay. Go ahead now and drop a like on this video. Comment down below what you thought about these comics, which one that stands out the most to you, and I will see y'all in the next one.